I've done two internship of sales, and this is my first experience. So this is what my experience is it with sales. The first internship that I did was related to an edtech startup, and second was related to a social media marketing agency. What's my experience? Like I'm just going to sum it up, not going to go specific, and just give you sort of like take it as an insight. If you're someone who has thought of giving sales a try, or you want to get into business development, watch this video till the end. You will get a rough idea as to what this type of job is and what you should expect from it, and should even also consider it a lot. So I started going to sales. Like I did my first sales internship just on a whim. Like I thought, let's do an internship, and I thought, let's just see what this whole business development or sales thing is. Then after doing the first internship, I did got an idea as to what it is. Like it's a very result driven, I would say, job. Like if you want to be an entrepreneur and you don't have money, or I would say, if let's say someone asks me what's a job which is closest to entrepreneurship, I would say sales, because you will only make money if you sell something, and you get paid on commissions. Yeah, sure, you do have some extra bonuses or basic salary stuff like that, but mostly you can earn money by making sure you sell product or services. Another thing that I also realized that sales becomes a lot more easier, like 1,000 times easier, if you choose the right company and also figure out that the company that you chose, it is selling a product or service which actually solves the problem. Like if you are assuming you pick a company and the product that they're selling, it actually solves a problem, and they also have some results that they have actually done it, then sales becomes a lot more easier. But if you choose a bad company where the product is really bad, it becomes a lot more difficult to sell it. And again, I would say that, so does that mean that product is everything and sales is not that important? Sales is more important than product, but it's just, it should be at least good enough for to sell. Like that's the thing. Like there's no point of doing a sell if the customer just use the product for let's say a few days or months, they just leave it. The whole point of doing a sale is you sold once, and it is assumed that now the product will do its job of whatever problem that the customer wants to get solved, and you hope that they stick it for a long time. Because the reason is because see, now there are also people here on internet, um, I can sell a comb, or I can sell whatever to anything and stuff like that, which I don't know if it's possible or not, because I am not expert yet, so I won't go there. But I believe that if you are into sales, pick a product which you think actually solves a good problem, and they have also results backing up, because then what happens, selling becomes a lot easier. Now another point I would say is that if you're someone who is shy, who is like, you have a hard time talking to strangers, sales is something you should at least try. You may get good at it, you may not get it, that's a whole different thing, but at least you should give it a try. Because one thing which I can say with full confidence is that talking to strangers won't be a problem to you. Like you still need to do a lot more things. It's because it's a like think of it as a communication skill. So at first, I was remember when I first started, it was like I was so nervous to even pick a call. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that now I'm really good at it and I can close any deals, and still I haven't able to close any deal. I'm still figuring this thing out. But one thing I can say for with confidence is that picking a call and talking to strangers is not that tough. How is the tough part is just closing the deal. But still, at least it's I've done step for that. That's one thing. So if you're someone who is like, you're very shy, you want to get over this problem of, you want to talk to strangers comfortably, sales, I would say you should at least give it a try. At least do some internship, get some idea, and I'm pretty sure it is helpful. Like at least for me, it was helpful. Next thing that I would say, it's a reps thing. Like if you are able to work in a startup or even company where you can do a lot of reps and you won't get punished for doing that, I think it becomes a lot more easier, because you can go all in on doing calls and all this stuff without worrying that uh like you lost so many leads, why you're so bad and stuff like. Because if you're beginners, obviously you will suck. Like, I mean, nobody got good at it just on day one. Like, obviously will suck at it, and not everyone is good at, like, everyone's learning speed, everyone's way of, getting good at it is different. So if you work in a company, or if you get internship or whatever, if you work somewhere where you can do a lot of reps of it without getting punished, and also you can get good feedback on what is working and what is not working on your work, or on your sales part or whatever, then it was a lot more easier. One thing I would say is that my what I think is, in a world where making products has become easier, like, if you are in touch with the AI, what AI stuff which is going around the world, you are seeing one thing, that making a product can be anything, a video, an app, website. It is becoming a lot more easier with time. But what is not becoming easier is selling that product. Like, if anyone can make an app from scratch, the next problem is that, okay, I made it, but now how do I earn money more? How do I earn money from it? Sales marketing is where it then comes in. So I would say is that, in a world where everyone is so focused on, you have to get good at AI, stuff like that, you should good at AI. Like, in respective of your field, you should be getting good at AI. Nothing wrong with that. But I think at the same time, we also should be like focusing on difference, or like an another side of the story, where everyone is sort of getting good at making good products and stuff like that. We should also think of how the hell would you get, or you earn money from it. How do you get distribution? How do you get sales by making this product? Another thing that I would say when it comes to sales is that one thing which I realized, which when I was doing old calls, is that what is more important than sales, it's good branding or marketing. Now, so many of you guys think also, what's the difference in marketing and sales? Well, in short, what I think is the difference is, sales is more like going one to one. That's sales. Marketing is like one to many. Principles are more or less same only, but it's just a volume difference. Now, obviously, sometimes people combine the both. There, in case of, let's say, if I grow an Instagram page from 0 to 10K, obviously I have a particular set of viewers or an audience. That is marketing. I have captured a huge amount of audience. But if I now convert those audience into customers, then there comes my sales experience. So, in fact, I would say is that become really good at marketing, then sales. Like, you can do the reverse also, which is but at the same time, it's just an insight, I think. Like, I realize that it's way more easier to sell to someone who knows what you're doing, who is aware of your product, who is aware of your service. Okay, and the only way you can, make people aware of your service or produce, by either running through lots of ads, or you make content out of it. Yeah. Because once people get aware, once they are like, they know you, sales becomes a lot more easier. Not saying you can't do sales if you are, let's say, if no one knows about you can do that, but then it becomes just a lot more easier to people to convince them to buy your product. Again, assuming a product is also good, it's as if, like, if you make shit product and if you sell it, oh, you're a good salesman. No, it's just scam. Like, if you're making product which is not delivering the service or the value that people want, and you are selling it, it is you can say bad product or even a scam, depends upon what you think. But what I would say is, pick up company who is solving a problem, a genuine problem, and you think it is adding value to people's life. No matter how small or big the value, it can be big also, it can be small also, but it is genuinely solving a particular type of problem. And the atmosphere, the people are like, they are like, the people are ready to teach you. Like, if they are ready to teach you, they are like, we will train you, we'll do all this stuff. But we want people who is ready to work also. I would say go for it. And in fact, when you're starting out, don't expect any money. Maybe you have to do sometimes free also. Maybe you will just get some basic stipend, but don't do it with the intention of getting money. Intention was focus on just getting uh really good at sales. Because what I think is the best case scenario can happen is someone is you get pretty good at sales stuff like that. And what's the worst? Like worst that like even if you do few sales, the worst that at least can happen is first you will have an insight related to a particular type of industry. Let's say if you're a tech and you do cold calls, sure, maybe if you are able to close singly, at least you will have some insight as you because you have done so many calls. You know that what type of problems a particular type of customer are facing. So you have an insight in your head. That is also very useful. Second, at least you will get good at communication. Not good at, so you will get better at communication. And the fear of speaking to stranger will also fade away with time because you have just gotten so used to talking to strangers on phone. Yeah, like that's it.